Well, figured I'd share my struggle. I'm not. So anyways, if you know what CVF does, or if you've heard of them, you know they make pulley systems. Well, I've had this one in a box for months. I finally decided to come out here and install it. And the main reason I've been holding off is because to swap to their pulley kit, I'd have to get rid of my power steering pump setup I had. If you noticed, my reservoir used to be here, it's now gone. And anyways, it moves away from what I had was a GM Type 2 remote pump, or not remote pump, but remote reservoir pump. And it changes that out to a, I'm gonna butcher this, but I don't know if it's Saginol, however you pronounce it. The old normal style pump that is on Fox bodies, I think. It's a, let me turn this down some. So anyways, it's this right here. So, brand new pump, and it's got the reservoir built into it. And I went ahead and installed an AN fitting on the back, and I had a compression fitting to change out this barb. This thing is a heavy son of a gun too. It is like all solid steel, cast or whatever. Anyways, so that's the pump. Had to buy that. Also bought an AC compressor, because the full serpentine kit that I got is for alternator, power steering, and AC. Well, it moves the power steering pump way down low. This is the bracket for the power steering pump. It mounts down here, and then it has an arm which is over there on the table that secures, I think, off of this bolt here, and comes back, and that braces the back. And then there's an idler pulley that bolts right here, and then the AC compressor fits in this groove and sits right here where my intake pipe was. And then it has a torsion bolt, like what's, probably can't see it. Yeah, it's right down there. That, like just like what the alternator uses. I think it comes off of this stud right here, and it puts tension or braces the AC compressor that, like I said, sits right here. Well, the AC compressor's in the house. I wasn't gonna hook it up yet, mainly because I don't have a way to fix my intake pipe just yet. And I was hoping I'd be able to still have my intake pipe come up over the top. Well, I was wrong. The intake pipe I had to pull loose down here. It interfered with this bracket, and well, the power steering also won't work, because the power steering, excuse these hoses that are in the way, but it literally sits on this V-band clamp or on this manifold. So the alternator's mounted, tensioned up, fancy new pulleys. Came with the replacement billet fan piece for the alternator along with pulleys. And I ended up getting the whole kit on eBay as a, what they mark as a scratch dent. If anyone's interested in getting one of these kits, I would do that. They mark them down a good bit. And if what they call a scratch dent on this kit that actually dropped the price, I don't know if you can see this. Where's it at? I can feel it, I think. Right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, probably not. There, see that little scratch right there? Yeah, that's about all I could find. So I don't know where it was marked down. Maybe it's the back side of this power steering pulley. It had like a little ding in it right here. It's very minor. So that's the power steering pulley. That is the face piece for the idler, maybe? No, wait, that's for this, I think. Yeah, so that's the front face cap for that. And now I can't get it off. There we go. So
So anyways, kit's nice. It didn't come with belts when you order it as a whole. It came with belts, but I ended up actually getting Gates belts, which actually the one on the alternator is one of those gator back ones that's like cross hatched. It's supposed to be real good belts. I got these belts off of eBay as like old stock. Obviously you can see it's super old packaging. Belts are still good. Stupid cheap. These belts were like 10-15 bucks a piece. Anyways, on to my problem is, like I said, here's the support arm that comes with it. I mean, it's all nice, beautiful billet stuff, anodized. The majority of the hardware, a bunch of it's stainless. It looks like some of these bolts, like these socket heads, I think they're actually zinc. That bolt's zinc. But some of the stuff is actually stainless, which is nice. Like these water pump button heads that it came with, those are stainless. And I think the bolts that are in the crank pulley are stainless. But on to my huge issue, which is obviously I can't hook up my power steering like this. Not only that, but I don't think I can change my exhaust header to move it any lower. I could cut it back some to like right about here, about the furthest I could go back, and maybe try to instantly 90 it with pie cuts. But remember, I've got my remote plate for my oil. It's right down here, so I can't send it straight down. There's not enough gap underneath the header. Let's see if I can get an underside view. Move this intake pipe out of the way. Give me a sec. Doing this one hand is not easy. Okay. Anyways. Oh. So. Yeah. So here's the underside. As you can see, that sandwich plate is already pretty damn close. Not a whole lot of room. So, these are my options. One, change back to V-belts for the time being. Don't want to do that. Two, find some way to rig up that GM Type 2 to where the pulleys will work. I don't foresee that working, but maybe. This bracket definitely probably wouldn't be able to be used. I'd have to change spacers somehow. On top of that, I'd have to find a pulley that fits it, because the pulley that's on there now, it's a press fit, and uses a I mean, obviously it's got a V-belt pulley on it now, so I'd have to find a pulley that fits the 7 rib. And then I'd have to figure out spacing and alignment and some kind of mounting method. None of these are recessed. These are solid for the bolt holes on this bracket, so I could use it to bolt on either side, possibly. I haven't played with the idea of that, but the biggest thing is trying to find, like I said, a pulley to fit it, or maybe even order another GM Type 2 pump that would fit. So, my other option is don't use power steering. Get rid of this bracket altogether, and either, I don't know if I can cap off my current rack or loop the two fittings together so it just cycles what fluid's in there back and forth through it. I feel like it'll get air in the system that way, and I'd have to find a way to bleed it out or something so it wouldn't have like soft spots. Or buy another rack that's non-power steering that I already priced. It's $200. That is probably the cheapest and easiest method, because fabricating exhaust isn't necessarily expensive, but it's really time consuming. I'd have to redo this crossover pipe section. I'd have to redo this header here. I'd have to fit, fab, fit, repeat, rinse, repeat over and over again.
I looked at some other exhausts on like eBay and looked at On 3s. On 3s actually comes like straight down, and I don't think it would work either. But maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if they'll sell just the exhaust. They might only sell it as a kit because they want to make money and they don't want to sell just a piece and let you build your own. Pretty much, they want you to buy all their stuff. So I don't know. I'll call them. I'm gonna contact CVF Monday and see what they say as far as if they know anybody that's ran their kit with turbo, more so on a Mustang 2'd 68 Mustang, or well, not necessarily 68, but an older Mustang with Mustang 2 in suspension. And the only other options I've tossed around is there's electric power steering options. Rather not do that. Then I'd have to find a place to mount that damn thing, plumb it. I'm already tight for space in the engine bay. Don't really want an electric motor pump in the trunk, having to listen to that hum along with the fuel pump I already have. And then having to run the lines from the trunk all the way forward, not the most ideal. I don't even know how that would work for delay or response, I guess. I don't know if having that distance would mess with anything or not. I was gonna get rid of the intercooler possibly, since I'd have to figure out my intake solution anyways, and just send turbo straight to Sniper, because I don't need an intercooler, especially on this low amount of boost. But with throttle body injection of carburetors, the fuel charge cools the air enough, or the fuel shot chills the air charge enough that you don't need an intercooler. I mean, it obviously cools it still even more with intercooler, but it's not needed. Not until you start making a big boost. Yeah, I don't know what else to go over or what else to talk. Like I said, this has been a huge roadblock for me because, like I said, I pulled all this stuff out. I was hoping to have this bolted up and done this weekend, and now I'm at a standstill because I don't know what I can do. I'm strongly considering ordering a non-power rack as being the easiest, quickest solution, but I really wanted to keep power steering. So I don't know. If anyone has any thoughts, ideas of what I can do, let me know. If you happen to know of one of these GM Type 2 pumps that uses a different, or that has a 7-rib pulley. All the ones I saw are 6-rib pulleys. Pretty sure these are 7, almost certain. Let's see. Oh, 8. Sorry, not 7. 8 rib. So, need an 8-rib pulley. So, either that or a pump that uses the same shaft size as a Saginaw or whatever. I don't know if I can get a keyed GM Type 2 pump that'll work. But like I said, I'm gonna contact, I guess, CVF first, then On 3 and see what they say about their exhaust. I've bookmarked a couple others, but the other exhausts are shit, $200, $300, $400. And then I'm still gonna be welding stuff to make it work and fit, so. Yeah, all right, well, drug this on long enough. So, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you have any ideas for me, comment, let me know. Catch y'all later.